everybody. Welcome back to Tammy Talks. Let's get right into it, y'all. So we are here for Married at First Sight Houston. This is season 13, episode 13. Cheers, cheers, and 25-cent martinis. If you have not already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You keep coming back every week anyways. I see the views. I see the analytics that tell me who's a returning viewer. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up the video. As always, let's talk down in the comment section below. Um, Myrla and Gil. So, on this week's episode, the couples are meeting with the experts because this is kind of like the check in, the precursor conversation to decision day, which is in 2 weeks. So, Gil meets with Pastor Cal, and he said that he's happy in the marriage so far. He understands why they were matched because they're both very direct, honest, and caring people. So Pastor Cal asked him, is there anything that he's concerned about going into decision day? Is there anything that he would like to get clarity on about Myrla? Is there anything that he would like to ask Myrla? Um, anything he would like to ask Myrla? And he points out that sometimes she can be a Debbie Downer. She's very critical, and when she gets in these moods, it starts to affect his mood, and he doesn't like that, which makes sense, um energy can be transferred from person to person. That's physics. We learned that in school. So Pastor Cal asked him, like, straight up, do you feel that her tantrums might end up being too much for you? Do you feel like that would kind of be a deal breaker where you would get sick of her tantrums, where you would get tired of it, and that would cause you to kind of be like, this is too much. I can't deal with it. And Gil said yes. So Pastor Carol suggested talking to Myrla, finding out why she does have the tantrums, um, finding ways for them to handle her tantrums, her brattiness, like, because Pastor Carol thinks they're a good match. Myrla does seem like a good woman. So that was Gil's assignment. So switching over to Mirla, who met with Dr. Pepper and came drunk. So Mirla is the 25-cent martinis in the title. So she was out with her friends. She was out with her friends before going to meet with Dr. Pepper. And she said she was feeling good because she was nervous going into it, but she had the drinks and she's cool now. So she gets there, and Mirla is giddy and smiling and emotional because she's drunk. um, so Mirla said that she's super happy in the marriage, but she just wants to know, what does Gil want from her? um she wants to know what can she do, what does she need to do to keep him happy, to make sure he's happy, to make sure that she's being the best wife that she can be, because she's happy in the marriage. She starts crying because she's drunk, so she's overly emotional, but she's like, she's extremely happy, and she knew that she would be happy in marriage, but she didn't know that she would be like this happy. She didn't know that it would be this good. She knows that Gil is a really good guy. And we see like her true emotions, that Mirla really, really likes Gil. And I think that her introvertness just does not always allow her to show it to on camera, but she must be way more affectionate than we're able to see on like the behind the scenes stuff. So Dr. Pepper told her that, you're extremely critical and you complain a lot and you're bratty and stuff like that. And you have to be careful about doing that because you don't want that to rub off to your husband, and then that drives him away. And Mirla said that she can't bite her tongue because she's just a very honest and direct person. But she also does not want that to, mess up her marriage. So that's something that she's willing to work on. So her and Gil meet up at the end, and Mirla is still drunk when she is meeting up with Gil. Like, she almost walking to the table. She's like reaching out, trying to poke him in the eye, and like doing like little cutie flirty stuff. She's like super giggly when she sees him. And they have a really good talk. I think they had the best talk of all the couples at the end, where um Mirla said that sometimes her introvertness takes a toll, and it's because Gil is so social, and he's a very, he's a people person, and he's a talker. And there in those moments, like, she just kind of doesn't want to be bothered. She doesn't want to do all that. So that's what causes her to have like the tantrums and stuff that she has. But she knows that she has to get that under control, and she knows that she has to kind of rein that in a little bit. So she asks Gil, what can she do, to be better in the marriage for him. And he tells her not to get into a mood. Everybody gets in bad moods, Gil. And I know he was joking, but I feel like a piece of him was very serious about it. So he suggests that when she gets into these moods, because it starts to affect him, and he doesn't like that. He doesn't want to start having her bad energy rub off on him or affect his mood. So he said that when she's feeling that way, to be more affectionate, because if you're more affectionate and you're feeling his touch and you're getting a hug and stuff like that, it kind of gets you out of that bad mood, and it kind of forces you to be more affectionate. Um I agree with that. If you're in a bad mood, a lot of times to get yourself, some people like to sit and wallow in a bad mood. I'm a person that I don't. Like, if I'm in a bad mood, I call somebody who I know will cheer me up. I'll call my mom. I'll try to talk it out. I'm a person that I'll put on some music. I've never been a wallower in a bad mood type of person, but that there are some people that just are, and it doesn't make them bad people. Everybody deals with things differently, but when you're in a marriage with somebody, and you're in a relationship with somebody, and you're living with somebody, you have to know that you can't do that. What? Oh, you have to know that you can't do that. You have to realize that when you're in close living quarters with somebody, you don't want to be the one that is like kind of pushing out the bad juju. So she said she's gonna try to do better. Um, I did laugh when Gil was like, "Be more affectionate," and she's like, "More affectionate than I already am," and I was like, is that an inside joke? Is that her just trying to be funny because she knows that she's not very affectionate? Are they really, sucking, fucking, and we just don't know about it? Like, I'm like really, really curious as to. I'm sure that was just an inside joke. Funny nonetheless. And then later in the episode, we see them all in like a group setting. Um, they're all in this group setting because everybody wants to play beach volleyball. And I'll tell y'all this: Myrla does not give a damn about these other couples. And you can see Myrla's introvertness come out a lot when they are in group settings. Because like she's sitting at the table with Bao and Brett, and Myrla didn't say a word. Like, she's just staring at them like, mm, mhm. And you can even see her kind of looking around, kind of like, I don't give a damn about y'all marital issues. You can just tell that she is a true introvert, and she's a person that once she starts drinking, that's when she becomes like a more outgoing, more fun person. But Gil, on the other hand, is, Gossip Gil, as I like to call him, Gossip Gil is over there talking to Johnny and Zach, and they're talking about their marriage. Now, Gil peeps everything. So when him and Mirla arrive to the when they arrive to the volleyball, the park that they're at, he off rip was like, I see Bow's not here. I know how they meet and went. And I'm like, Gil, wait, how you know Bao wasn't like getting something from the car? How do you know that she like didn't have to work? Like, don't do that. But he's talking to Johnny, and Johnny's just saying how when their relationship, when it's just full of arguments, and Gil is like, you need to do what's best for you, but you still have to like kind of try and give it your all. So that's kind of where Gil is with it. Myrla and Gil, I have high hopes for them. They might be the only couple. to make it out of this season, but then we see the preview for next season and it looks like she's asking for them to have separate cabins. But again, we know how the magic of editing goes, and it could be her saying that because she doesn't want to hear somebody else argue, or she's just complaining about, she complains about everything. It could be that the cabin that they're at is just not up to par for her. Nonetheless, I'm Tammy. This has been Married at First Sight, Gil and Myrla. Decision day is coming up for them 2 weeks. Yeah, 14 days. So we have another 3 weeks to go. So I will catch y'all next time.